Chapter 80. Worse than useless. I guess I thought it would be more magical, Nina said quietly. It was never going to be like the stories, Lamar replied without hesitation. They walked side by side through the halls once more. Lamar was a judge whose specialty was healing, one of the best in Sanctuary, according to the others. Nina believed that. If anything, she already felt she surpassed him in some ways, though she didn't know what to do with that realization. She had learned that she could cure hangovers in high school. From there, she noticed that injuries healed faster around her, subtly at first, then unmistakably. She became a trauma nurse in an ICU. She had helped save hundreds, maybe thousands of patients simply by checking charts and standing quietly at their bedside. Doctors would say they didn't think someone would make it. Nina would linger anyway, and sometimes nerves regrew. Sometimes paralysis softened. Sometimes bodies refused to give up. Other hospitals noticed. Doctors visited. No one ever suspected a nurse with an impossible gift. Not in a modern hospital. Not in a world that pretended magic didn't exist. She had never believed she was powerful, only useful. That belief followed her here. I always assumed I was barely a novice, Nina admitted. That one day I'd be able to close wounds, regrow tissue, heal something terrible in moments. Umar smiled sympathetically. Cellular recovery has limits, thousands of them. He explained those limits in detail. Again, he told her her gift was invaluable. Again, he assured her she was progressing well. Again, the only concrete advice he had managed to offer was that she could assist the trainees with muscle recovery, speed adaptation, increased density, help them train harder, be better. After weeks of effort, Nina saw no difference at all. So, she said finally, you're saying I'll never heal someone quickly. That depends entirely on how you define quickly, Umar said, suddenly bright, and how long you're willing to watch. Nina groaned and rubbed her face. Umar wasn't fat, but he wasn't thin either. He looked like every kindly father stereotype she could think of. His beard was always neat, his smile eternal, his optimism relentless. Oh, so you're being too hard on yourself, he continued. This is one of the most profound gifts a healer can have. On any world, in any universe, you will always be valued. Nina exhaled sharply. She knew he wasn't wrong, but knowing didn't help. Aaron could tear lightning from the air. Liz could step through reality as if it were fog. Even the others had abilities that felt like magic. Nina was still bound by flesh, by time, by limits. You could speak to Vouette, Momar offered gently. Her ability to shape her own body aligns closely with yours. She could guide you. I have, Nina said, tired. She says it would take years, decades maybe, just to make small changes. Earlier begun is earlier done, Lamar said cheerfully. Nina stopped walking and turned to him. Stop that. Stop what? He asked, genuinely confused. Stop being so goddamn positive all the time. Lamar startled, then shrank back slightly. Sorry. No, Nina sighed. Don't be sorry either. I'm just disappointed. I don't understand why, he said, smiling again despite himself. There are Tor who would kill for your mastery. People who've trained for generations and can't do a fraction of what you already can. Her shoulders sagged as guilt joined the disappointment. I think, Lamar began. Please, Nina interrupted softly. Just let me walk in peace for a minute. Lamar nodded and turned back towards the camp hesitantly. Nina lingered, watching him go. Far down the hall, Aaron was perched on a glowing crystal, eyes closed, power humming quietly around him. He wasn't who she thought he was. He was becoming something else entirely, and she envied that. She turned away. I guess I thought, she whispered to no one, I'd have the power that might impress even him.